Good morning, boys and girls. So earlier on in the week, we spoke about our communities, and I asked you to think of a prayer that we can say at night to bless all the people in our community and say thank you to God for letting them keep us safe and give us all we need during this time in our country and in the world, really, that we have been in lockdown and many people have been in difficulty. So I asked you to do that. Now, today we're going to look at what our responsibility is in our community. So when you go to places in your community, they are called public places. So if there is a school in your community, it may be a public school. That means it is open by the government and it is for public. That means anybody can go to that school. LaSalle College is a private school. It is not run by the government, and your moms and dads applied to come to our school, and it is a private school. So that means that it is not run by the government, but you may have a public school in your area. Public means anybody can go there who is in your community or visiting your community. But there are rules that we should follow with public places. And particularly for you, you need to remember when you go to public toilets in a shopping mall, that you keep them clean and tidy, that you flush the toilet after you have been, that you wash your hands, that you don't mess the water all over, and that you remember to say thank you, because there's very often ladies or men who are cleaning the toilets. So you say thank you to that and you don't mess in the toilets. And also another very important thing is when you go to public toilets, you shouldn't really go on your own. You should go with an older person. So maybe your older brother or sister or one of your family members or your mom and dad. You shouldn't just go to public places by yourself. So let's have a look at rules that we need to have a look at in public places. So I've already mentioned one, that when you are in public, you should stay with your family or with people that you know, and you shouldn't go off on your own because you could get lost, and you need to keep those places clean and tidy, but it's also not safe for you to go to public places by yourself. So this is a public park, and there's not really much litter around, but this park, the grass hasn't really been kept nicely. There is a bin, and there's a bench, and there's a jungle gym, and it's fenced off. So all this really needs is somebody to come and cut the grass. But there are rules that we need to use for here. So if you come into here, maybe one of the rules could be that only children of a certain height, like they do at McDonald's, or like we did on our jungle gyms at school, only the grade R's, 1s and 2s can play on the jungle gyms. The other children are too big. So we can't have high school children playing on the jungle gyms, because then it's not safe for the rest of you to do that, and also the facilities could get broken. So this really needs to be kept clean, that there's no litter, that only certain ages play, and that it's kept nice for everybody. That's what public means, that everybody can use it. But there are responsibilities that we all need to follow. So the grass should be cut in here. So we need to get somebody in our community to sort that out. Let's have a look at these. So this is somebody walking in the road in the community, and as he's drinking and eating, he has just thrown his packet on the ground, which isn't very responsible, because who must pick that up? That makes our whole community dirty, and look what's happened. A bird has picked it up, or the bird's going to get stuck in there. Sometimes it gets stuck in their beak, and then they swallow it and they suffocate. And that happens in our oceans as well. If you are in a community where you are next to the sea, when people go to the beach and they just leave all of their rubbish and it goes into the ocean, then it affects all of our plant life and animal life. So this isn't a very responsible thing to do in our community. And then another service that we have in our community is Pick It Up, the rubbish collectors. And they come around on certain days. Our day is a Thursday, and they collect all of our waste and our rubbish so that we don't get germs in our community and that we don't have rats and all kinds of things happening, because rats love places that are dirty, and then we have a problem with that, like it was in the story of the Pied Piper. So I'd like you to think of things that you can do in your community to keep it yourself safe, and that you can help in the community, that it can be a lovely place for you all to live. And this is one of them, that we control our rubbish and that we don't litter and that we keep public facilities where lots of people are nice and clean and safe. If we all do our little bit, then we can have lovely communities to live in. But lots of people think that it's not their problem and they can litter because somebody else will pick it up. But as we know, as Lasallians, and we did this in the first term, we spoke about responsible behavior, and we can't act like that and saying, oh, it doesn't matter if I do this. Of course it matters. We all need to keep our communities safe and clean.